So this is actually me doing commentary after playing this episode. There seemed to be a problem with the commentary for this episode and the next one. The problem being it just didn't record any, and as a result I'm kind of adding it in post production. Kind of think of it as a like the director's commentary on a film or something like that. So if you remember last time, we accidentally blew ourselves up here at Bedford Station, which was not very clever at all. And yeah, as a result, I off camera got back to the stage because I hadn't really saved it very much. And I guess now we're going to head on in and look at taking on these ghouls themselves. I love the way this looks here, with the rain coming down and just the kind of gloominess of it all. It just looks really, really amazing, I think. Really, really pleased with how the game looks. I haven't got any mods that change the graphics installed apart from some blood texture mod, the high-res texture pack, which is an official mod if you like, but it's an official pack you download, and an EMB and Reshade, which are what is really making the difference. I like them a lot. And I don't know if I talked about it before, but the black bars I like as well. I think it gives this kind of cinematic feel to it. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about them, but trust me when I say I tried it without and I tried it with, and it was very much a lot better with. That's a great shot. There we are, taking out our first ghoul. Down he goes. Obviously, Frank here would be. I mean, he knows about the ghouls because Preston spoke to him, but this is essentially his first meeting with them, and I think he would be pretty disturbed by them as a whole. And there we have one, and they've kind of spotted us now, I guess. So we get out the pistol and try to take them. Luckily, Codsworth and Dogmeat are here to give us some backup. Very useful at this point. I'm kind of expecting this swarm of them to kind of come out a bit like it did last time, but looks like we were at least a little bit more silent than we were last time anyway. But this is kind of like round there was where I managed to blow myself up last time, so I go round here to maybe not do that a second time, because I feel like if you blow yourself up once you can kind of be forgiven. There's a couple of times in this playthrough where I do accidentally blow myself up of course, but to do it twice in the same place, that's just bad play. And the thing you got to remember is because I'm playing on survival, it is the difficulty is ramped up in so much as you do more damage and they do more damage, and pretty much any like explosive thing, like Molotovs, grenades of any sort, really will just kill you flat out. Like, there is no kind of like, oh, I just managed to survive that. I guess, to be fair, as is real life, I'm shooting that canister because that, I believe, is what I shot last time. That blew me up. If you remember, I came around there with a shotgun and tried to blast the ghoul, and I think the kind of buckshot flew and hit that canister and blew it up. This guy here, I was not convinced that he was dead, but he is now, that's for sure. So I'm a few episodes ahead of this in reality, because I've recorded a few, because I've been really, really, really enjoying it. Which I guess is good news for the series. I always have this thing where I'm like, just whenever you want to record a game, just record that game. Do you know what I mean? Because don't be like, oh, I'm going to record this tonight, I'm going to record this tonight. Just be like, hey, I want to play this game, so I'm just gonna record this. Because when you do that, like, you then give yourself enough time to be in the mood to kind of record more episodes, stuff like that. Yeah, like you want to, when you're in the worst thing you can do is record anything when you're not in the mood. Okay, so he's got so let those two deal with it. I don't want to blow up again. Okay. Oh, he came around this way. There you go. These ghouls seem really passive in a way. Like they're just kind of wandering and not running as much. It's when they run that's pretty terrifying. Because I think, if I remember rightly, like Fallout 3 and New Vegas, like they can be pretty nasty. They can run at you, but these guys leap, and that's pretty horrific. So here we're just looking through this kind of cargo manifestation stuff. There's nothing here that's too interesting. Just gives you a list of the cargo that's kind of coming along. Some pallets and stuff like that, I guess. I was just kind of checking it to see if there was anything of interest in it, but doesn't seem to be. So that's fine. I think you can just see a little bit of the gas outside. I think there is some gas outside there. But yeah. Okay. So moving on. So the whole kind of premise of this is we have Frank here who, well, he's on a quest to get revenge for his wife who was brutally murdered in the cryo chamber, and try and find his infant son, Sean.
Nothing like a little dust up to get the oil flowing, eh?
There we go. And so we're heading towards Diamond City because one of the things which always slightly bugged me about Fallout 4 was the fact that, like, from your character's point of view, I don't think you'd hang around a sanctuary a bit, but the game kind of expects you to do that a little bit. We're just remarking on that interesting sign there. The game kind of expects you to do that a little bit. But, like, you're after your kid, and someone said Diamond City is the place you're going to find him. You're going to head there, aren't you? Pretty much. But as we'll see with Frank, things don't always go to plan, and I think he kind of begins to realise as he heads there that he might be a bit over his head. This world isn't, like, as you get more into the city, the world isn't as, like, desolate kind of as it feels out here in the suburbs a little bit. And here we find a guy called Dutchman with some instructions. So we'll just have a look at them. So I find out where everything is. Okay, deliver your package to the old switching station. The runner arrives at midnight. If you need gear, look for the blue barrel. Okay, so that's the switching station here. And we got a kind of bloody mess. Always picking up those bottles. And the station master's terminal. So we've got some spotlight control, which doesn't really seem that good.
It's 1:30.
And then
She's late.
I think I start to play this, but then I realise I can't exit this and still play it, so I go back and grab the tape on there. Okay, so yeah, we took the tape from there ourselves.
It's 1:30. She's late. No, something's wrong. Someone's coming. Look, 5 of them. It's a trap. Damn it, they've got us surrounded.
do? I'll draw them off. Give me a count of 10, then break for the tree line. What? Dutchman, There's no time. Good luck, A9. 10, 9, 8, 7. No! No. No. I'm not going back. I can't. I won't.
So we heard there that Dutchman kind of sacrificed itself to save this guy with a strange designation. We don't really know much about him, but I kind of hypothesised that he may have killed himself there by saying he won't go back, he can't go back, and there was blood in that switching station. I kind of thought that maybe he committed suicide with the pistol there, but what that doesn't explain is why is there no body? What happened to the body? That's interesting, to say the least. We also went back to that blue barrel because there was something in it, some good stuff. So here we are, just making sure we're heading in the right direction to Diamond City. Kind of following the train tracks, I guess, which makes sense, doesn't it? It's kind of like post-apocalyptic Stand By Me, if you like. But instead of the four young lads wandering down the train tracks, there's a flying robot, a dog, and 240-year-old man. Slightly different version than originally. So we're kind of thinking, don't get distracted. Oh, goddamn! I've got to just check and see what's over here, you know. Sure, we take a few of those plants. And it's an interesting looking shack. I immediately thought that was somebody there. Those mannequins get me so many times, they really do. And then we're like, okay, there's something really odd here. We've got these radios on top of a cage. And now I'm thinking, this is not the product of a sane mind, you know. So let's just stay focused and keep heading in this direction. Because, you know, follow the train tracks, get to the city. Now, off in the distance you can see the Corvega car factory. We just need to take a drink as well. At this point, we're kind of fine for water. See, we're kind of pretty good for that. It's not really a problem. You see the Corvega car factory just in the distance. I mean, what's interesting, I guess, is that Frank here, and he kind of sees that light over there, and he's thinking, well, should I go over? Because if we stop and investigate everything, we're either going to A, get in trouble, or B, we're going to take so long to get there. But what the interesting thing is, if it kind of like hypothesised with Frank that he lived in this area, but perhaps hadn't lived it too long. Perhaps he'd just recently moved with his wife and son. He'd come out of the army, returned to civilian life, and maybe moved to the kind of Boston suburbs. And that's why he doesn't necessarily know his way around everywhere, but he knows maybe the big landmarks. As such, now we decide here, I think, to take medic. And I thought medic was what I needed to do work at the station to make like the drugs and things like that, but it isn't. It's chemist, so which is a lot harder to get. And this is the drive-in here, which you probably would have know about, but perhaps maybe didn't go to as I said, I'm kind of hypothesising that maybe Frank was new to the area as such, and that's why he has to use a map a lot of the time, because otherwise if he lived in Boston a long time... Oh, and that seemed to be a mine. Obviously we were lucky it was the other side of that wall, or else we could have died there. And I think Frank's like, well, if there's one mine there, somebody doesn't want us to get in there, so maybe it's best we just kind of walk away at this point. Because otherwise, could end up deaded again. Dog meat, let's go. But I love the way this kind of looks at the minute. I love the gloominess of it, because I genuinely think that's like how it would look. I don't think there would be a lot of colour or, you know, life other than the kind of like things at this point which are just kind of like irradiated or evolved to survive, you know, which is, they're not going to look pretty, you know, you're probably not going to find butterflies and, you know, things like that, like bright colourful flowers, because you know, stuff is just trying to survive right now, as is, you know, the humans here. So it's interesting. I love the kind of lore of Fallout and stuff like that, and I think they're coming up here to the Super Duper Mart, which probably Frank would have probably shopped at a few times. It's not too far away from you know, where he lived, certainly. Probably would have been his local, probably been in a few times. But also Lexington as an area, if you remember, Preston kind of warned us in a way about it. He said that, you know, when he was talking about the problems he'd had, he said first it was the Gauls in Lexington, and then it was, you know, the Raiders in Concord. So we know that there are going to be Gauls here already, because he's kind of already pre-warned us of that. I think we'd have a pretty good idea of where Lexington is, because, as I said, even if we are fairly new to the area, then Frank would have a good idea of, you know, it's only down the road. It's like, it literally would be like less than a 5-minute car journey, wouldn't it? You know, we've walked it in about 15 minutes, and that's stopping off to kill some ghouls. So, yeah. And first off, we see the old red rocket here, Super Duper Mart just over there as well. And I think Frank's thinking at this point, well, you know what, I could pick up some supplies there if it hasn't already been kind of, you know, taken over or you know, ransacked. But there could be something in there, so it's probably worth checking it out for sure. And then in here, we're just seeing what it's about. It seems very, very quiet around here, though. It does seem quiet quite a lot of places, to be fair. But, you know, there's no gunfire in the background. There's no animals that you can hear. It's just us. Workbench there. Then we just spot up there. There's a light coming from there, and it looks like somebody in some sort of power suit of some kind. And we're kind of figuring that that's not going to be a friendly guy. Like, I think you have to assume that everybody is not friendly around here. I'm not saying you have to necessarily shoot them first. I think you just have to be aware that pretty much everybody's going to try and kill you. And this is the Slocum Joe's Cafe, which we're kind of looking around as well. Pick up a couple of Nuka-Colas as well, which is cool. And we get a little bit hungry as well. And then we've got Slocum Joe's basement. Not locked or anything like like that, so it's not unreasonable to think that it's probably been pillaged of pretty much everything here. Bit weird that it started you like right next to that door as well.
If there's a use to that,
See, here's some bottles which we can take. Squirrel bits. Not a lot else around here, to be fair, other than the fact that we noticed this button on the wall here that apparently doesn't do anything. And then this bookcase also slides open to reveal a lift door, but apparently it doesn't work. But it's very interesting, there's a lift behind a bookcase. If there was just a lift door there, you could possibly assume it was down to the storage area, like another storage area or something. Oh, we find a bowler hat for Codsworth as well.
what I have.
Because you gotta give Codsworth a bowler hat, haven't you? He's programmed to be like an English gent. It's kind of toying with the idea of giving him the sea captain hat, but there we go. Nice bowler hat. There you go, Codsworth. You're welcomes. Doesn't he look smart, eh? But yeah, but it's interesting that it was hidden behind this bookcase, which kind of comes out, so we don't know what that's about. Maybe we'll find out one day. Who knows? But for now, it's a mystery. Loading times still pretty bad, even on like the on a PC SSD. This whole Fallout 4 now to install is 100 gigabytes. That's the DLC, the high-res texture pack, not including mods. It's flat out 100 gigabytes, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that is a lot for the game. And then Final Fantasy 15 is, I think, like 70 gigabytes, but the high-res texture pack is 155 gigabytes. That's over 200 gigabytes for the whole thing. That is ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous. Okay, so there we go, eating. Kind of look here in the car park, and probably not much going to be in there for us. May have probably at some point sat out here and drank a coffee in the summer, after doing some shopping, or maybe just taking a stroll down into Lexington. I love these porter diners. But I was saying, like, the thing is with that is all that other food's gone mouldy, but that one cake there is good. But like, that's over 200 years old, that cake. Would you genuinely eat it? I wouldn't go near it. It's not like you can say, oh, it's been kept preserved in there, because the other stuff hasn't. So there must be something very odd with that, you know? Very odd indeed. And just kind of keeping an eye on that guy at the top there. I think he's seen us, but yeah. And we're like, oh, Mr. Handyfuel. Well, seeing as we have a Mr. Handy with us,
Yes, sir.
he should probably be carrying that around, shouldn't he? Go, Codsworth. Take your fuel with you. And we see another one of these symbols on the wall there, similar to the ones we found over by the Bedford station, which also definitely intrigues us. Don't know what it means. It could be a warning sign, could be a sign from somebody telling someone to meet them somewhere or something. Here we are at the Super Duper Mart. This always reminds me of that Super Duper Mart in Fallout 3. You'll know the one where Moira sends you to. that's a lot bigger than this. But I was also saying about how I love supermarkets, but I love the really, really big ones. And living in London, you don't get big supermarkets because land prices are so high in London that like they can't afford to be these big, sprawling supermarkets. Are generally what you get is a kind of a pared down version of a supermarket. It's still fairly large and still has a lot of stuff, but on recent visits to see my girlfriend who lives out in the kind of countryside, when we go to the local supermarket, whether it's Sainsbury's or Tesco's or whatever, I do notice that they are so much bigger, even to the point whereby I've never seen in my life a supermarket that has a Barber's in it as an actual portion of it. And I've been to 2 different ones near where she lives, and I've seen it twice. So I'm like, wow, because obviously when you're more out in the sticks, you can buy a big plot of land for relative peanuts, I guess. Certainly peanuts compared to what that would cost you in London. So we got locked out, and then we can't do the save really because we don't have high enough levels. So I'm like, cool, how long am I going to be locked out for? It turns out it's just 10 seconds, so it's not really that bad, is it? I've actually surprised myself with how well I've done on these. You might be saying, well, yeah, they're only the 4-letter ones, but I genuinely really hate this as a sort of... I don't hate it, actually, that's a lie. I think it's fine, but it can be frustrating. It's definitely not Paul. It's not wife. It's not race. Not that. Aha, could it be help? It was help. There we go. There's me accidentally locking and unlocking the save. And we're like, oh, hang on a minute, we can activate this Protectron. Well, he could do a good job of just clearing out the area and chasing away any ghouls.
Powering up. Protectron on duty.
Protectron is on duty. There's a good little array of stuff we get from that safe as well. So we figure that we can kind of flush out, because we don't know these ghouls, what's dead, what's not, we don't know, but he'll flush them out a little bit, because they'll wake up if he goes near them. But he doesn't appear to be going too near them.
Law and order has prevailed.
So we found a few there by the looks of it. Gonna have a look around, and then weirdly we find these melons here, which actually don't look that old, weirdly, considering they should have been here technically for 200 years. A bit worrying, but I thought, why not take it with me? And then, okay, well he's up there, so maybe that's pretty clear. No Godsworth, we're taking bottles, which are really useful. Because we can fill them up with water. That guy's dead. So there might be some beer over here. Take that. there's actually a body of a guy in there, which is interesting. We'll have to make sure we check that out. We just see, hang on a minute, someone's starting to get up. Let's back off a little bit. And we realise there's like 3 of them. And then I realise I have some Molotov cocktails, which are selected. And we're just going to burn them. I mean, obviously in real life, if you threw that Molotov cocktail, you'd probably burn the whole place down, but I guess it's special stuff that doesn't burn everything, just ghouls and people. So it does kind of begin to look like that some people have been here, kind of, and looted the place probably fairly soon after the initial bombs dropped or whatever. You'd imagine that in a antibiotics are really good. You would imagine that with the kind of bombs dropping and stuff like that, that this would be a prime location for people to come and loot. You know, people, it's like, oh yeah, I'll definitely kind of go there and do that, and like, also imagine that perhaps, you know, these people who died here may not have been the people who were shopping here. They could be looters, or anything. It's tough to tell, but obviously it would have been more stuff on the shelves than there is currently, so, you know, it's been taken.
You may now resume your normal
Looks like
activities.
Petretron's just found some more bogies down here. I don't mean the kind of stuff you find up your nose. Okay, it's nice, more bottles. Bottles are so useful for water and stuff like that. It's such an important thing to get. And I just don't know why I keep collecting Braxco bleach, but I do. Dog meat. Okay.
Got it.
Front door. This is locked here, so it's not unreasonable to think that maybe there's some good stuff left around here. But there could also be more ghouls, you know, waking up.
Approach
Some
hostile
offices around here.
target identified.
It's like past that wall, Protectron's just found another body of some sort that woke up, shall we say.
Has prevailed.
Get a bit jumpy here because like the combat music's starting. I love these coffee machines though, it's so cool, so over the top. And this terminal can be used as well, so we check this out. Due to numerous customer complaints over the last couple of months, it is with heavy heart to inform you all that we had to let Sally go. We also have noticed that the new espresso machine we ordered has arrived. Until we can make room in the kitchen, the espresso machine has been installed on top of Sally's desk. Enjoy. Any of you express concerns over the loud clicking noises the espresso machine makes when used. Unfortunately, we won't be able to move the machine for another 2 weeks. Turns out that the industrial amount we ordered won't fit in our kitchen. We're currently in the process of hiring contractors to come in and knock down a few walls to get the space required for them out. Please bear with us. There's obviously some joke there, I guess, about the size of coffee machines. But it's also funny, you wouldn't put it past like people from this time to have just sacked Sally to use the coffee machine to put the coffee machine there. This is where I think I realised that I need a chemist, not medic, and I'm like, shit. But never mind, it's something to aim for anyway. I think it would be a really useful perk, chemist, once we get it. There's a bear trapped under there, chair, and that actually rhymes as well, I didn't realise that. Okay, so we've got a ghoul here who very much looks alive, but apparently isn't, and then we've got them coming through the windows as well. There we go. that guy with his eyes just does look alive, doesn't he? And yeah, we got some more ghouls. Nice to know they're, you know, coming through the window. That's rather unsettling. Just happen to notice someone's put something in the oven. And true to form. There we go. Take care of him as well. I don't know why, but I don't know why someone. It looks like somebody's basically using the toilet bowl as a bowl to eat out of, which is a little bit disturbing. Gonna lie. And then around here, we can hear somebody now, like footsteps or something, and yeah, that one manages to get us. As you can see, the damage just one of them did. That took out like nearly half my health, and gave us a sickness as well, which we gonna have to use. So, like as I said, things do damage in this world. Like they really do. And yeah, so we've got a weakness here. We take 20% more damage, so we have to take some antibiotics to get rid of that illness, basically. Adrenaline is when you get like a number of kills without sleeping, and then you do more damage. So I've got a plus 35% damage bonus.
Yeah,
And then I realise
I was just getting warmed up.
that luckily Codsworth was tanking for us. This is where I take the antibiotics, yeah. Mostly taking like any medicine just makes you really thirsty. So it has its downsides, you know. Take some whiskey and wine. There's a fusion core just over here. Take that. And I kind of said at the time that one of the things which kind of disappoints me is that you take that, but it doesn't really ever seem to have any big effect, you know. Like I'd like the whole place to just go dark or something like that. That would be pretty cool. When you actually do take the fusion core. Very cool.
Sir, do proceed carefully here. I find this place unsettling.
Really? Really, Codsworth. Let's have a look up here. Don't me get out of the way. So there's some stuff down here as well, but I'll look around this bit. Yeah. Like, I guess, a little counter they've got. Same with this. Imagine it's like a little cafe area or like deli or, you know, fish counter, something like that. It seems very quiet down here.
Yes.
Go.
Sir, might that have been locked for a reason?
Shut up, Codsworth. We're like very suspicious. There we go. Yep, knew it. And as I said before, I do manage to blow myself up a few times. And then what happened there, I think, was Codsworth just literally came right in front of me as I was throwing it, and it hit him. It's unfortunate, but the weird thing is there's this graphical glitch here where the kind of like, I don't know, explosion point is still up. It doesn't do us any damage or anything, but it's a very weird kind of graphical glitch I've never seen before, and I've spent hundreds of hours in Fallout 4, and that's never happened to me before. But yeah, that's one of those. I think it happens to me another time as well, where I throw it and it hits my companion and just explodes and kills me, and I'm like, okay. But here we know that, you know, we just chuck it anyway. Like, well, you know, why take the risk of our companions like running in front of me? Just shut them down. It's such a weird, like, sensation to kind of walk through that. Okay, take them bottle caps.
All the stench this place must generate.
You can see up here, looks like a human survivor. In fact, one of them men, and we can hear. Luckily, Codsworth and Dog Meat kind of worked that one out for us. We're still in danger a little bit here. But, don't know if they're coming towards us. Don't think so. We found a tactical hair trigger 10mm pistol, which is pretty awesome. And a hat. And a melon. A short laser musket. Oh, and a wandering ghoul. There we go. I think we're just looking at this. Which looks way better than what I've got currently. Don't think it does any more damage, but it's just it fires at a faster rate, and it's got a better aiming reticle, so you know. It's pretty nice. I think it might even be like lighter weight than our like a box standard one, which is nice. So we are going to listen to Josh's. So find out where it is. God, Josh's holotape.
Came back yesterday with Emma. Everyone's gone. Looks like they left in a hurry and had one hell of a fight. Feral corpses everywhere. Emma and I searched for anything that might tell us where they went. Only thing we found was Anthony. Must have been bad. They never would have left his body there. I sent Emma down to the loading dock to wait for me while I check on something. We won't stay long. I just want to get Anthony's body and... Wait. Pharaohs. Fuck me.
And that's probably when he started to get overrun by ghouls, I guess. It does kind of begin to dawn us a bit later is there's 3 bodies here, and if you remember, Preston said that the Minutemen were 8 and then there were 5, which is obviously 3 different. And so it looks like they kind of went and scouted around in here, and then unfortunately the ghouls got 3 of them. Preston and the other 4 still managed to kind of make it to Concord. Just goes to show, I guess, like how dangerous it is out and about, and how if you get yourself cornered by ghouls, like you can be a goner. And there does seem to be one around here, but luckily our Protectron friend here
Situation normal.
is doing a
Law
good job.
and order.
There's actually 3 of them for some reason. Which is a bit weird. Those bodies.
Got it.
Hello. Here we have just a Minuteman. A Minuteman, sorry. Not a Minuteman. I guess he is a Minuteman. And here we has always start to get encumbrance problems, which is like, I don't know, one of my least favourite things about any game, but kind of I do understand it from a realism point of view. Like, it would kind of break survival mode if you could just carry everything, because you just wouldn't have to worry about food, ammo and all that sort of stuff. Whereas you do, because ammo in survival mode does actually have weight to it, whereas it doesn't in any other mode, or just the normal mode I should say. So yeah. Also, when you're over encumbered in survival mode, you start to take damage.
Yo, psst.
Can I be of service?
Hold.
What's mine is yours, sir.
Okay, so we're just going to chuck some of the stuff into Codsworth. I hate doing this though, it's so annoying. But what can you do? It's tempting to run around in power armor all the time, but kind of said before that I don't really want to do that. I don't feel like that's like, unless I know like, oh, I'm gonna go and clear out this raider camp or whatever. I don't like the feel of power armor. I prefer walking around normally, even though I really like what they've done with power armor. I wouldn't change that, but like, and I think that's good. I think it's good that I don't necessarily want to lumber around in power armor, and actually would just actually only take it in certain situations as well. Is an interesting point there making on the survival is that if a sleeping bag won't like cure your tiredness, it will just kind of give you a little bit of a rest. We're just checking to see they're dead. We can see there's another Minuteman here, or Minute Woman in this case. So we're like, okay, maybe we're okay here. Bit of free duct tape. And hello, this is Codsworth. Nice one, Codsworth. Well done, guys. Some good ammo here. Yes, please, thank you very much. Got Emma's holiday there.
What the hell is Josh doing? He's been gone for over an hour. We need to get out of here. The guys are thinking we're already at Concord. If Josh would hurry his ass up, maybe we can get there in time. Shit! Gunfire! Not good! Josh!
Yeah, so they were part of Preston's crew, so I guess maybe we can mention this to him when we get back there. He can come and pick them up and do a bit of burial. Now we can open the door to the outside, through the kind of delivery entrance, I guess, to the Super Duper Mart. As a whole, and I guess we got a few supplies from there. I guess it wasn't too bad at all as a whole, but kind of like make our way down here a shit, there's a turret. There's a machine gun turret there. And oh shit, there's a guy at the top there. And we're in a real bad way right now. Managed to take him out, but we've taken a few hits to be fair, so we're pretty low health. And Codsworth seems to be some problems with turret there. Dog meets with me though. Looks like Codsworth has taken a few too many bullets. That was a Molotov cocktail, and that was us dying from a shot. So yeah, didn't really work out too well, did it? So I think we try that a couple more times. Come back here, do this. Maybe try unsuccessfully again to like take those guys on. Yeah, it doesn't quite work out to plan. But so what I did is finished up this episode here, and then next time I'll kind of come back to it and start it up. But thanks a lot for watching. As always, it's been my pleasure. The next episode's going to be like this as well. Unfortunately, it's not ideal, but it happens sometimes. I don't know what happened, but basically, it didn't record any of my commentary, which is a shame. But you know, it happens. But I know the next lot I've done after this did, and after this next episode, and yeah, and things I think start to get a little bit interesting towards the end of the next episode. So that's pretty cool. But till then, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll leave you with a little bit of this, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.
I'm not even sweating! Of course I